Now, our first guest today is a life coach, businesswoman, published writer, travel industry ambassador, and very, very soon she'll be adding Kilimanjaro to her list of achievements when she joins a group of wheelchair athletes and amputees to summit Africa's highest mount. I'm talking about Tarryn Tomlinson and Wendy Reed. They join us here to share their preparations about how they're going to summit such an incredible mountain. Ladies, Wendy, Tarryn... Ladies, I am blown away. You know, when I found out about your story and the incredible work that you do, I thought these ladies are superheroes. I was just like, there is no way that they're normal human beings, because there is no way I am, as they would like in normal terms be called, fully abled. Mm-hmm. And I still wouldn't even think of summiting Mount Kilimanjaro.
Most people.
I just want to start with you. Your journey has been such a beautiful one. You found out at 18 that, you know, your life is going to take a different route and a different turn. What happened? How did you find out about the debilitating, or what could have been seen as a debilitating circumstance, and you've made it positive?
Yeah, when I was 18, I got rheumatoid arthritis, and it happened very, very quickly and very suddenly. So basically, when I was getting up to go club one evening, and my knee just felt like it jumped out of socket. Very shortly, it spread to the rest of my joints. And yeah, before I knew it, I needed to use crutches and then a wheelchair. So it was very harsh, especially at that age, you know, when you're just coming into your own and you're about to go out there and make, you know, start a life.
Absolutely. Really? A lot of people question themselves at that young age, and they're only still trying to cope in general. And you found yourself having to now overcome something that is mind-blowing. You were living just an average life as an 18-year-old, and then you were hit by this. How do you continuously, or rather, how did you find the route to healing, accepting where you found yourself, and being able to make the most of it? I mean, I read your accolades out. You've done a lot.
Thank you. Yeah, I think, as you said, you know, it's a difficult period of your life. But what happened for me, it was then discovering, okay, who do I want to become? And you kind of have to reinvent yourself when something like that happens, because you're no longer the person that you were before. You are, but you know, your life is never going to be the same again. And then it's about, okay, so this new life that I've now found myself in, I need to accept it, but I want to be the best version of it that I can be.
Absolutely.
Despite what has happened.
And being the best version of yourself seems so difficult sometimes, Wendy. I'm sure you can attest to that in your own story. I mean, yourself, you are one of the amputees that are also going to be joining this incredible feat next week. I can't even believe it's already next week.
I know.
What was your journey like in terms of finding health and finding yourself again?
Yeah, it was also a big shock for me. About 4 years ago, I'd moved to Cape Town, and yeah, I was meant to start this incredible life. And after a bad turn of events, I had my leg amputated. And exactly as you say, you have this vision of what you want your life to be, and then you just have to redefine it and always try to be the best version that you can be of yourself.
Always rising above your circumstance, I think, is key. Trying to.
Yeah.
And ladies, you've decided Mount Kilimanjaro. Why Mount Kilimanjaro? This will make a grown man cry. And you ladies are taking it head first. How does that feel, and what do the preparations look like?
Oh, gosh. So, yeah, I've finally called the plea because a friend of mine, Levi's, had been asking me for a few years now. She's got an NGO called Guts to Glory, and she says, come on, you've got to come with us. We're going up. They've been up before with people with amputees, and not wheelchair, just amputees the last time.
Okay.
So she's like, come on, you've got to go. And I'm very much like you. I was like, me cozy at home, comfortable, lovely, glass of red wine.
Yeah, yes.
It was too good, but I decided, you know what? I'm going to take up this challenge, and I'm going to push myself to get out of my comfort zone and just to see what it's like. It's an amazing opportunity. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and the reason why we are able to do it, you know, it's also about raising awareness for a very good cause. So that's where the focus is.
Guts to Glory, I think, is the perfect phrase for such an incredible cause. So how does this cause work, and how do you fit in individually?
Right. So as I said, it was started by Lee Weiser and another friend, Michelle O'Shea. Michelle has since passed away. But Lee's son, unfortunately, when he was very young, was also in a car accident and he needed to use a wheelchair. And she's a fitness trainer. So she helped rehabilitate him with sports. And since then, her passion has always been lined with helping individuals with disabilities really, you know, be able to compete on an international level, on a sport, on an athletic level. Now, if you look at Wendy and I mean, when we laugh when they say, like, two athletes. It's like...
Where will we afterwards?
Exactly, and that's what counts. I think it's more of a mentality thing.
Yeah,
it's definitely in your brain if you can do it.
Attitude over altitude, that's what we say.
Yeah.
Well, you definitely are pushing the highest altitude by summiting Mount Kilimanjaro. It sounds so incredible, and I just also want to give a big shout out to humans like Lee Weiser that are doing such incredible work in their communities, and we'll highlight more individuals like that later on in the show. But Wendy, for yourself, what physical work and preparations do you need to put in to ensure that you make it to the top? And how does working together look like?
Tarryn and I, since the day we met, we've always worked really well together. For me, it's more of an endurance training. So I've been staying with my leg on a lot more than I would. So when it feels uncomfortable, I continue going. I've been trying to walk for long distances. And just general fitness and eating better, and
It's very, very important.
Yes.
And for yourself, Tarryn, I know that you are wanting to create a whole lot of awareness and make accessibility for South African differently abled human beings on a very global scale. What are your next big plans and moves?
Well, I'm an accessibility auditor for hotels, and I make sure that, you know, we up the standards of accessible features for people with disabilities. Well, I'm definitely not going on any other expedition after that, I can tell you that much for sure. But I will be speaking in the World Travel Market in April on accessible tourism and making sure, you know, that we get more places accessible, not just for South Africans, but for everybody that we want to invite into our country.
Very beautiful, ladies. I know finally you are a motivational speaker. A lot of people come to you looking for advice, looking for that push, and that mind power, getting yourself in the mood of manifestation. What advice would you give, not only disabled people in South Africa, but just humans in general? We are going through a lot as a nation, and we need to encourage each other constantly.
Absolutely. You know, if there's one thing that I really keep pointing back to, whether it's with my clients or whether I'm speaking, you know, in front of a group of people, and it is the point that your mind, when it is filled with negative thoughts of any type, is going to prohibit you from going far. And I'm even talking about, you know, just idle gossip, or just talking about the news. Oh, have you seen what happened in the world today? Oh, you know, woe is me. Oh, this and oh, that. There's no space for positive thoughts to grow and to really to nourish your thoughts. Because if you believe in limitations, you're going to stop yourself in your mind even before you go.
It's an automatic block.
It's an
which you create.
Yeah, it is. If you start like with something negative, there's you've got to try and leave that and
just focus on what you want.
Right? Not what you can't have.
Just keep your focus on the summit.
That is so beautiful. Keeping the eye on the prize is the game here. Ladies, all the best. A big love and shout out from the Afternoon Express family to yourself and to the incredible team that you're going to be trying to summiting with. Next week, 2nd of March 2020, will go down in history. Congratulations, ladies. All the best to you. Godspeed. And I'm sure that when the time you come back to Afternoon Express, you'll have good tales of what happened up that mountain.
Great footage.
Great footage too. Now, after the break, we turn our attention to health, and we'll be unpacking lactose intolerance, what symptoms look like, what symptoms you should look out for, and how to manage them. See you after the break.